Beep, 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 beep. How we doing, good people? Jester special. Right. They don't like it up 'em again. This is fantastic news, so I'm pleased to bring you breaking news from the Jester. Congratulations, huge congratulations to Rachel Mead, who has won her harassment claim. This is brilliant, fantastic news. Coming from colcan.co.uk, who were the representatives in the judgment. And this was Rachel Mead, the heading says, gender critical social worker wins harassment claim. This is so good. Oh, Rachel, well done. In the case of Miss R. Mead versus Westminster City Council and Social Work England. That's the case. So two defendants there, Westminster City Council and Social Work England. The explanation. I'm so excited. Well done, Rachel! Social worker Rachel Mead has won a claim against her employer, Westminster City Council, and professional regulatory body? See, I'm excited. And professional regulated body, Social Work England. Right? In an employment tribunal for discrimination on the basis of her protected beliefs under the Equality Act 2010. The tribunal panel, Judge Nicole, sitting with non-legal members, Miss Sander and Miss Breslin, found that both Mrs. Mead's regulator and her employer had subjected her to harassment related to her gender-critical belief when Social Work England threatened her with fitness to practice proceedings and sanctioned her for misconduct. And then Westminster City Council suspended her on charges of gross misconduct before issuing a final written warning. By the time the case was heard, both the regulator's sanction and the employer's warning had been withdrawn, but Miss Mead had been suspended from work for a year and bullied into silence on the subject to proposed reforms of the Gender Recognition Act. The importance of safe single-sex spaces for women and related subjects. This is a landmark decision. Yes! Go, Rachel, and go the team over at Colcan. It is the first time a regulator and an employer have together been found to have been liable for discrimination relating to gender critical beliefs. Yeah! Yes! Superb! The claim has been listed for a 2-day remedy hearing in February to determine the amount of compensation Miss Mead should be awarded. It won't be enough. Right, I'll tell you that now. Give her $1 million. Stop fannying about, right? And whether the tribunal should make recommendations as to the future conduct of Social Work England and Westminster City Council. Oh, please let them. I've got a few recommendations, so I send them in, right? The claim relates to the debate surrounding potential reforms to the Gender Recognition Act and the developing law as the manifestation of protected beliefs, and in particular, gender-critical beliefs, which, as we know, are cemented in law due to the marvellous Maya Forstater. Ah, yes. Rachel Mead, a social worker of over 20 years standing, shared gender-critical posts on social media. Her regulator, Social Work England, received a complaint about her posts upon which she was subjected to a lengthy fitness to practice investigation. Remember, the process is the punishment. The fitness to practice process culminated in a formal sanction, later withdrawn. When her employer learned of the sanction, Miss Mead was suspended on charges of gross misconduct. You see how it works? Gross misconduct. After a year's suspension, a final written warning and an appeal, Westminster County Council finally reversed the finding of gross misconduct and withdrew the sanction. Too late, mates. In a 51-page judgment, oh, that's going to be a read, isn't it? It's going to be a read. I'm excited. In a 51-page judgment, the panel held all of the claimant's Facebook posts and other communications, this is glorious, communications fell within her protected rights for freedom of thought and freedom to manifest her beliefs as protected under Articles 9 and 10. We do not consider that any of her manifestation of her beliefs were of a nature that they aimed at the destruction of any of the rights and freedoms of others, contrary to Article 17. This is unequivocal. It's unequivocal. It's marvellous, right? In particular, we do not consider that the respondents struck a fair balance between the claimant's rights to freedom of expression and the interest of those who they perceive may be offended by her Facebook post. This is the woke getting a full-on fisted in it. Oh, well done, Rachel. Quote, the continuation of the disciplinary process from 6th of November 2021 onwards constituted harassment of the claimant, given that the overarching view taken by first respondent and its representatives was that the claimant, in the expression of her gender-critical beliefs, had behaved in a manner which warranted a suspension and a disciplinary process. Tell the truth, they'll discipline you. Tell the truth, they'll sanction you. This is going to send a shiver through every council and every regulation body there is. We need to be shouting this from the rooftops, that Rachel Mead has taken you to the bloody cleaners. Which is exactly what I think is going to happen. Social Works England's failure to check if Mr. Walton's complaint could be malicious and not checking his previous social media history is indicative of a lack of rigour in the investigation and an apparent willingness to accept a complaint from one side of the gender self-ID, gender-critical debate without appropriate objective balance of the potential validity of different views in what is a highly polarised debate. So this person, Mr. Walton, right, is obviously a bit of a gender nutter, right? They didn't bother to look into him at all. They thought, no, he's right. That's because they're gender nutters. That's because they're cool. They're, you know, obsessed with it all. They're... The tribunal found that the claimant, Miss Mead, succeeds in the majority of her complaints of harassment, as against her employer, Westminster County Council. 1, being subject to a disciplinary process. 2, the refusal to postpone the disciplinary process when informed that the claimant was seeking a review of Social Works England's decision. 3, the ongoing refusal to lift the claimant's suspension in August and September 2021, in January 2022 and in February 2022, or at any time thereafter, and despite requests from the claimant to do so. An investigation report was hostile in tone and content served on the claimant on the 6th of December 2021. This is right. So they've all got together and gone, let's get her. Right? You didn't, did you? You bunch of gender-addled grievance gerbils. 5, being instructed to attend a disciplinary hearing. 6, the refusal until the day before the scheduled hearing to postpone the disciplinary hearing. 7, a later dated the 20th of January in which it refused to lift the claimant's suspension. 8, an addendum dated the 3rd of February investigation report to the investigation report, which maintained that 4 of the complainant's Facebook posts were transphobic. 9, it just goes on and on. You can go read, right? And then, as against a regulator, Social Work England, being the subject of a prolonged investigation, being sanctioned. The failure of Social Work England to set aside the case manager's decision when presented with the evidence in support of claimant's application for review. It goes on and on and on. And Rachel herself has said, and I will leave the last word to her, it is a huge relief to be so completely vindicated after all this time. It has been a horrendous experience. This ruling makes it clear that I was entitled to contribute to the important public debate on sex and gender. I hope it will make it easier for other regulated professionals to speak up without threats to their career and to their reputation. Rachel, congratulations. You are a warrior. Yeah. Social Work England, Westminster City Council. Have fun at the hearing where hopefully enormous amounts of money will be removed from your obviously very full pockets if you're pushing this kind of critical social justice crap with such bloody vigour. Go celebrate! Oh, I need a Bloody Mary. See you later.